The following podcast is fan-made and in no way associated with Steam, Valve Corporation, or your mother. Also, it contains highly explicit language, so get the fuck out if you don't want to hear it.
Guys, welcome to another slap-happy edition of the Late Night Steamer. Yes, I know I used that last week, don't bother me. I am your host, Sir Vyper4580. With me this week is Linux for Life.
Hello, everybody.
And DJ is off on a voyage with his wife in hopes to find his testicles within her purse. We're not quite sure if he'll be successful or not, but let's pray.
I highly doubt it.
This is episode 10, recorded on June 9th of 2012, and tonight's show is sponsored by Xbox 360 controllers, because you know what the ladies are thinking when it vibrates that first time. Am I right? Am I right?
Gotta be.
Yuck.
DJ left a comment that says, the wee wands at least come with a condom, rubber covers, and a wrist strap, so you don't have to get a doctor to pull it out.
Okay,
I'm guessing he knows this from experience, though.
Yeah, there's got to be a personal story, so we'll have to ask him about that next week. Because last I checked, the vibration should be enough, but we won't get into semantics of this. So anywho, we had some giveaways this week, and we gave away a copy of Wolfenstein 3D. Crockerrick, I think is how you pronounce that. He won, so congratulations. Also, DJ Pip Daddy gave away a copy of Snuggle Truck, which is the Late Night Steamer punchline, and Sure Hamster.
I was disappointed I didn't win that. I entered that one.
Yeah. All right, hold on.
But I was one of the 840 people that entered that.
Wait, I have to fathom this for a second. You entered the contest for your own freaking podcast?
Hey,
dude, if you want a copy of Snuggle Truck, I'll buy it for you. Don't enter. If you would have won, I would have been pissed. I would have been so pissed.
It would have been funny.
Oh my god. Like, all right, and the winner is Linux. At that point, everyone unsubscribes. It's like, all right. Rigged. Fake. Rigged. Anywho.
Anyways, I just, to go on this a little bit, guys. I do have a couple games that will be coming that way at some point here.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we definitely got more up there right now, I think, too.
Yeah, right now I'm personally giving away 2 copies of the ship because it came with my Indie Royale bundle, and I'm like, I don't know who the hell to give this to. I'm just going to throw it on Steam Gifts. So if you look up the ship, you'll find it there. I know on Monday afternoon, I think DJ is giving away a copy of the Magica collection. So you'll have that available to you then. So go on to steamgifts.com and you can sign up using your Steam account. It's totally safe, don't worry. And ultimately you can start getting in on those so we can get you some free games. There is going to be some big ones coming up, I want to say in a couple weeks. And we're going to make those where only people that are in our Steam group can sign up for those. And I'm not going to say any names. But we might have some big games, something along with the Elder Scrolls category.
Nice. Possibly
available. So we're going to put some big giveaways up on there for you guys. And of course, obviously, like I said, you'll have to be a part of our Steam group. So if you haven't joined that yet, be sure to do so and very soon. And you can find the link to that at latenightsteamer.com.
I gotta say, it did feel kind of dirty entering your own contest.
You should be dirty, you filthy bastard. If I would have known you freaking entered that, oh my god, you're a jerk. So yeah, we got that, and we're gonna go ahead and move on to the steaming pile of news. So we're actually got some legitimate news this week to discuss, not just games that are starting. Valve was actually absent at E3 this year. Valve stated early on that they would not be making any announcements at E3, and so far they've stayed true to their word. So we have not had any new announcements as far as Half-Life 3, Left 4 Dead 3. I wrote Left 3 Dead 3 for some reason on here, sorry. and no Portal 3. It was really funny because there's a meme going around where it says Valve can't count to 3 because Half-Life 2 Episode 3 never came out.
Yep.
And they're just they like stop just before 3. They're like, no, trilogy? Nah, that's too cliche. We stop at 2, baby.
I like how you wrote so far though. E3 is over last time I checked.
Well, I also made this document on I typed that in on Wednesday. So kiss my ass. So some Steam-related announcement. They have Skyrim DLC was announced, Dawnguard. No release date from what I understand yet, but there probably was one announced, and I just didn't put it on the doc because I suck at life. Quantum Conundrum had a hands-on demo available. That's a game that'll be released very soon. And Counter-Strike Global Offense will be released on Mac. So I know DJ will be really happy about that.
Yeah.
Zinrock says, give me Half-Life 2 Episode 3. Do you think that they really should focus on an Episode 3, or should they do Half-Life 3?
To be fair, I've never played it.
What?
Yeah.
Get the fuck off the show.
I know that's a disgrace, but yeah, I've never played it.
Alright, you got some gifts coming. Zyrock agrees. Oh my god, leave. Definitely, I can't believe you've never played it. That dude, you got to get on that. Episode 3, honestly, I think...
Well, okay, so back up for a second, though.
Okay.
To be fair to myself, I never was really a PC gamer, and I only bought an Xbox 360 when they started releasing the Gear series because I was interested in that. So that
Gotcha.
That's where I started, and I just kind of went from there.
Gotcha.
So I stayed on console for quite a while.
Fair enough. Andy actually brought up a pretty good point. The engine is like 10 years old at this point, right? Yeah, it's pretty freaking old. I was still living with my parents when Half-Life 2 came out, so it's been about a good 10 years since I moved out. So yeah, it's getting up there, and honestly, that's why I really think they should do a Half-Life 3. I think the episodes, they did exactly what they were supposed to do. They were a continuation of the story, but they really should actually focus on giving us a whole new engine, giving us something to really be proud of. And if there is anything left over to do in the episode saga, they could do that in Half-Life 3 as well.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sorry. And about the Counter-Strike Global Offense, I think that actually is pretty cool that they're going to have that on Mac as well. I'm not 100% sure what the difference will be as far as like how many PC users is it going to be versus how many Mac users. But I imagine it'll be pretty lopsided.
Yeah.
But
probably.
It's still good to see that those games will be available, and now we just need to wait for a Linux version. So we'll probably see about 5-6 years. We'll see a Linux version of the game available.
It's funny because, not to go back to the devil, but EA, it's funny because they announced some quote unquote, as they put it, releasing games to Linux, and more specifically in the Ubuntu software store.
Gotcha.
The problem? It's a web link that you install that brings you to a Flash game online.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that was EA's big. We did it. We made a Linux game. Yeah, no, you didn't. You made a Flash game. You gave us a link to the damn website.
Wow,
that's
EA for you.
Yep.
All right.
I would definitely be interested in seeing a Portal 3 though.
Oh hell yeah! I would love to see a Portal 3. I mean, Portal 2 was so engaging.
Yeah.
And even the first Portal really caught me off guard because I really didn't come into it with high expectations.
Wish it was longer.
That was definitely a problem too. But when I went into it, like I honestly did not expect it to be fun. But then next thing you know it, like I'm doing my third playthrough. Like this is great. I'm gonna see if I can do this faster.
Yeah.
And that's really how it gets you is the replay value on it. So
since DJ can't seem to get a date, we'll definitely have to do the co-op and get it out there to everybody.
Yeah, dude, we could do it. That's for sure. I would definitely love to do the co-op LP with you. So, all right. So we're going to go ahead and actually move on to the fresh new games out on the market. Surprisingly enough, we have a really odd setup here. Typically, the with demos section is completely empty. This week, it's all we have to talk about. Although a lot of it, in fairness, is technicalities. But the first thing we want to talk about is the brand spanking new DLC for Batman Arkham City. That one is called Harley Quinn's Revenge. This DLC sends players back into the urban mega prison to face down its final challenge. Playing as both Batman and Robin, gamers will utilize each of the heroes' unique combat and detective skills to uncover Harley's vengeful plan and close the book on Arkham City forever. The DLC costs $9.99, and for those who don't have the base game, Batman Gotham City costs about $29.99, and the base game has a demo. So you can at least check out Arkham City. And,
so technically, it's not the downloadable content that has the demo, but the game.
No.
Okay.
No, like I said, technicalities. Technicalities.
And I see where the technicality on the second one is here.
Yeah. Like I said, technicalities. Technicalities. So I think one of the coolest aspects of it, though, when you actually look at the trailer for this game, they show a lot of Robin's gameplay, and Robin's kind of a badass. Like if you know, typically when you think Robin, you think this like slightly homosexual, skinny little, either a kid or possibly a little, "Hey guys, how you doing?"
Yeah.
You don't really expect him to be this, badass. And then you watch the video, and like he's ultimately probably got more masculinity than frickin' Batman. He's actually pretty cool in this game. So I think that's a very daring choice. Because ultimately, when you look at the Batman and Robin series, you really look at Batman as the main guy.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
So to see Robin kind of take his own, kind of like he did in the comics with Nightwing,
Yep.
It is kind of an interesting take to do it. And what better series to do it than the Arkham series, where it is gritty, it is dark, and this is the perfect way to do it. So
yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one. And again, technicality.
It's free to play.
Yeah.
In the Lord of the Rings online.
Mm-hmm.
Join the world's greatest fellowship of players in the award-winning online reconstruction of J.R.R. Tolkien. Yeah. Tolkien's, right?
Okay. I don't know. I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm not sure his last name either.
Yeah.
Legendary Middle-earth from the crumbling, shadowed ruins of Weathertop to the ageless golden wood of Lothlorien. Immerse yourself in Middle-earth as you have never seen it before. It's a free-to-play MMO, but you can also buy the Steam Starter Pack, which includes an exclusive Nobel Grey Steed, 3 bonus quest packs, a 25% XP boost token, and 1,000 turbine points. All this half off at $14.99, regularly $29.99. And that was like an English lesson in the works.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you don't know the Elven language, then forget about it. You're not going to be able to pronounce half that stuff. One of the things that I find really interesting about this is, I think we kind of discussed this a little bit last week. Lord of the Rings, the way they kind of do their thing is they have quest packs that you ultimately have to purchase to unlock some of the additional content. That's a little weird, and I never really liked free-to-play games doing that because ultimately it hinders the free-to-play aspect of it. The whole point of a free-to-play game is you're free to play. And when you start actually having to buy that certain amount of content, it kind of diminishes it a little bit. I know that there's tons of other MMOs that have like alternate classes available, all this other stuff that you could purchase. But at least then you can still get to endgame content without purchasing it. And this way you kind of have to. But with the Steam Starter Pack, 1,000 turbine points really does get you started. You'll have more than enough content to start off with. So if you don't mind throwing down the $15 while it's on sale, you'll have plenty of gameplay to go through.
Yeah.
Going into the chat, Andy says, Lord of the Rings Online accurately simulating walking around in mud for the last 4 years. Nice. He also says, what is that? Fight mosquito packs. Boink into townsfolk over and over. So apparently he's got some experience with this. We'll have to get Andy on the show sometime. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, it would. I don't know. That it's definitely like you said, that kind of turns away from the free to play model.
Yeah. Well, I'm still interested to check it out, but I just don't have the time.
Yeah.
That's honestly the problem. But we're going to take two. We're going to move on to the next one. This next one is actually a series of demos that is available from the Level Up 2011 challenge hosted by Intel. These games include Beat Buddy, Thunder Wheels, which I totally expect DJ to want to play, Blackwell's Asylum, Devo, White Lab, Militant is the screenshots that we're showing in the stream right now, Atoms 2 Molecules, Trash TV, Imagine Earth, and Splice. Splice is the only game that can be pre-purchased for 10% off at $8.99 because Splice won the best puzzle title in the competition. So, the reason why I chose Militant is that I really love the gameplay look of this. It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Because it kind of has certain elements of platforming, and the art style is very dark. So, I just realized it's not doing the screenshots. Sorry, guys.
Just on that one.
Yep, it's going to start doing it now. Sorry. So I find it another thing that I find funny about this is the fact that it's Level Up 2011, but we're in 2012.
It is kind of weird.
Anyone else found that interesting?
And they haven't released yet.
Yeah,
it's pre-purchase.
And don't get me wrong, I think it's really awesome that they've just unleashed all of these demos available on Steam, so you get a chance to play these, and some of them really are fun. But I find it funny that it says 2011. Another thing is that because of the name of this contest, it is impossible to Google and find it. Because when you Google Level Up, the only thing that comes up is the goddamn television show that's on Cartoon Network. So, you'll find all of this stuff for the show, and it's like, well, that's great, but I'm looking for the Intel, challenge. And
yeah.
I had to dig through, massive amounts of, practical kiddie porn and fanfics of Level Up before I finally found information on this.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Thunder Wheels demo, right? The page now for the demo. And definitely something DJ's going to play.
Oh, yeah. I almost want to rename it to Thunder Thighs just for fun. just for fun. All right. You want to take this last one, or you want me to do it?
Sure. Bang Bang Racing is a distinct arcade game focusing not only on speed, but also on the technical driving skills. The very intuitive control system and the exciting tracks provide endless fun for everyone in the family. Bang Bang Racing delivers fast-paced racing around every corner and down every straightaway. It's on sale for 15% off at $8.49. It's regularly $9.99. Yeah. Where's the Bang Bang?
Well, I mean, if you're looking for that kind of bang bang, you're looking in the wrong place. But no, I actually bought this game because I looked at it, and it had a very arcade look to it.
Yeah,
and,
it definitely does. I see the screenshots now.
Yeah, it's very arcadey, but I really wish that I got a chance to show you guys the video. I had it prepared, and again, XSplit decided that it was going to poop on me with this. But in the video, everything is just so dynamic. Your HUD moves with you. It's not just, here's the track, you're going to go around in circles. Everything kind of has a nice motion to it. I can only imagine that there's certain kids that'll actually get motion sickness watching this game.
I can't wait to talk about HUDs in the LNS Invades.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got a rant for that myself. Add more search words for Zynrock. He said that about Level Up, I'm sure. But yeah, this game actually is a lot of fun, and I think it's one of those games that will unfortunately be very underrated because of the fact that it's kind of cartoony. Yeah. And, there's also been just a huge surge of racing games recently, and this one kind of doesn't really give anything totally new to that department.
A lot of, quad ones just came out, too, so...
Yeah. Yeah, but I really did enjoy this game, and again, the screenshots really doesn't do this justice. I strongly suggest check out the trailer. It's just phenomenal. Yeah, it's got a demo too. So I mean, worst comes to worst, if you really want to check it out, do so. You will not be disappointed. So
excellent.
Oh man. So yeah, we mercifully got through that
without demos. What?
Without demos.
That's
There's not a single game that was really... In fact, actually, it was a really slow week in general.
Yeah.
There was not a lot that came out. I was looking at the coming soon. Next week is going to be a massive surge.
Okay.
There's tons of stuff that's coming out next week.
I think
we'll
a lot of
more
that
to
had to
talk
do
about.
with EA also.
Or E3?
EA. E3. EA. Yeah,
EA.
they have a lot to do with a lot of stuff, but it ain't good.
Nothing's good. Yeah. I know, just going on EA for real quick, me and my friends actually got into a nice big rant because my one friend bought Crysis Maximum Edition on Amazon.
Yep.
And he downloaded it, and the thing he downloaded ended up being an Origin installer. And it walked him through setting up his Origin account to have Crysis added into his Origin library. So they're getting to the point now where even if you purchase your games through Amazon, it's going to force you to install Origin, and you have to use Origin to download your game.
It doesn't... I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, Steam kind of did the same thing when it first started out with Half-Life.
Yeah.
And a lot of the things that we're complaining about now with Origin is the same complaints that we had for, Steam at that point in time. But the big difference is that Steam matured so well over time that
EA's never going to mature that way, though.
I don't think so. Steam cares about their gaming community. EA cares about money.
Yeah, exactly.
And they've proven that time and time again.
It's any IP they either take over or they kind of bundle up and they give hoots of money to the developers, and now they got a say in it. And they end up messing it up almost every time.
Andy from chat says, I'm very close to going Milton in Office Space on EA for that Origin. Beep! Burn it down. Just gonna light a fire and burn it all down. First off, mad points for making an Office Space reference that isn't the copier scene. Gotta love that. And yeah, I would love to see that. I mean, as a person with some morals, I would hope that the building is evacuated beforehand, because I don't want anybody to die. But the building could totally go up in flames. So, yeah. Zynrock says with combustible lemons. I'm not sure how that works, but It sounds funny. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on to our next topic, and that is...
You cheap bastard!
Oh, no echo?
No. I was concerned about blowing people's eardrums again. So
like
until
last week.
Well, and I kind of just got everything jerry-rigged for this week's, so barely all back together. So
yeah, I gotcha. We're actually going to talk about some deals for Steam games that actually is outside of Steam. Believe it or not, that actually happens. Gamers Gate is celebrating Swedish Developer Week. Just Cause 2 Complete is on sale for $10. Sanctum Complete is on sale for $6.80. Magica Complete is on sale for $6. And there's a lot more. And be sure to read the DRM section for each sale, because it will tell you if it's a Steamworks game or not. So look at the DRM section to find out. Most of them are, but you definitely check that out just to be sure if you're really, kind of a picky person about that. Even if it is not a Steam game, and worse comes to worse, you download it and you just link it into your Steam anyway.
As long as it's not Origin.
Yeah, as long as it's not Origin. Amen to that. Amen to that. Good God. Also, Green Man Gaming has the THQ 5-pack on sale for Steam users right now. This pack includes Metro 2033, Saints Row 2, Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War 2, Red Faction Guerrilla, and Company of Heroes for a good deal of $27.85. What's funny, though, is that that's only 10% off.
That doesn't seem like a whole lot for that bundle.
Yeah, I mean...
It's an older set of games.
Yeah. But in all fairness, though, I mean, that's not that bad of a deal. Because you're pretty much imagining that it's about, $6-7 a game.
Yeah.
And that's not too bad.
No.
What I do find funny, though, is that GameFly has Saints Row 2 as one of its free PC games when you have the pay GameFly subscription. I cannot talk. I blame Foundry. Even if he's not here, I'm blaming him. All right. So as far as within Steam, we got Paradox Publishers Weekend. The entire Paradox catalog is on sale for 50% off right now. Paradox games includes the Mountain Blade series, King Arthur series, Crusader Kings series, Magica, and Sword of the Stars. Individual franchises will be on sale for each day while the sale is going on. So far, the first day had King Arthur, day 2 had Magica, and day 3, which is going on right now, is Mountain Blade. So I'm actually kind of interested to see what day 4 is going to be.
And it was interesting when I saw DJ pick up Magicka, but obviously he's just giving it away because I think he said before he wouldn't play anything like that. But
yeah, it's a point-and-click adventure.
Yeah.
I mean, if you like Diablo, it's along those lines.
Yep.
Diablo is about as far as I can go with when it comes to point-and-click adventures.
Yeah.
So I cannot tolerate that. Zyrocket Chat says you can never talk, Scott. Oh, at first I didn't realize what he was saying, then I realized, yeah, every episode I'm like, so,
but you,
sorry.
You had a long week this week with singing, so.
You have no idea. We didn't even discuss that earlier
Yeah.
on. Well, this isn't really the time to do it, but
No.
yeah, this was a week for me. So, Linux, is there anything in the Paradox catalog that you're actually interested in?
I picked up Magicka.
Mm-hmm.
Looks interesting. Mount Blade kind of looks interesting too.
Mountain Blade, yeah. Again, I think that's a point and click.
Yeah.
That's the thing about Paradox is they're mainly a strategy-based company.
Yep.
So all of their games is essentially point and click strategy / RPG games.
King Arthur was dirt cheap too.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was like, what is it, $249?
Yeah,
The day it was
the
on
whole
sale. It was really
collection,
cheap. Yeah. I'm not into it. I did pick up Magicka a long time ago. I think it was for the holiday sales.
Yep.
It was like, I think it was like $5 for Magicka Complete. I'm like, score! I'll pick it up. And then I opened it up and realized, oh shit, this is point and click.
Yeah.
Which just sucks. But yeah, I hate to say this because I really don't want to talk negatively about games, but I'm really not a big Paradox fan. So this is one of those sales where it's like, it's really cool, but there's really nothing in their list that I'm really interested in getting. So
Yeah.
but to each their own. All right, so we're going to move on to Late Night Steamer Invades.
Oh, God.
This is going to be a fun conversation. We played Fallen Earth, which is a free-to-play MMO. It's boasted in like a post-apocalyptic type of gameplay style. It's very similar to Fallout in a lot of ways, but the gameplay is very typical MMO. Linux, why don't you go ahead and start us off on this? What was your experiences like during this event?
Interesting. Is that the way I should start this? Because
Probably.
we got two videos. Scott has his point of view. I have my point of view. I'm not sure there's much of a difference other than I put some censored bars in mine just to act funny about them. But so from the point of view of when we just got in there, got down dirty, and no, you're not streaming anything. And it just getting down in there down dirty did not work.
Yeah.
The late night, the invades, we try to keep around an hour. It's a weekday night, things to get done, move on to the next day. I got to go to work at night, and it wasn't enough to grasp. I mean, you can see it from the video. We weren't even reading anything. We had no idea what was going on.
It was such a total herpader.
Yeah, we just
really
knew we were
was.
killing things. And then DJ not only comes in late, but decides to pick a female character. At which time, chaos pretty much breaks out. And that was the rest of it. And I can't think of his name. Randak?
Randark, yeah.
He decided once he saw this female character, it was time just to strip down to his underwear.
Yeah,
I'm not quite sure what triggered that, but it was interesting to say the least.
It really was. I really loved it when he reenacted Mr. Hands. And he got under that horse, and like the entire time I'm watching this going, oh god, this can't go well. This really, really can't go well. And I think one of the biggest problems is when you try to bring a group of people into a game, you want it to be fast-paced because you want everybody to have a good time. You want everybody to get in there and enjoy it. And I think one of the big problems we had in this case is that when you have a free-to-play MMO like Fallen Earth, that really does kind of need you to give yourself some time to learn the mechanics of the game. It's not good for that kind of invasion.
Yeah. And when I look back on that, I think what we should have started out with was everybody do their tutorial session prior to getting in there. Because then we would have got some kind of idea of what was going on and understood the massive amount of clutter on my screen and figure out that I could move stuff around to actually see other stuff. Because when you go into window mode in that game, you got to move stuff around to be able to see everything that's popping up on the screen. Because otherwise it pops up underneath each other all the time.
Yeah, it's such a clutter. It really is. Oh, man.
But it was just... you guys got to watch the video. It was good. It was a good time, to say the least. No animals were injured or harmed in the making of that episode, but...
Reluctantly.
Yeah. There may or may not have been two that were pasted together, and yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my biggest problem with Fallen Earth... Yeah, sorry. My biggest problem with Fallen Earth was that for a game that's actually been around for a little while now, it didn't seem very polished.
No,
there was a lot of graphical issues that I was running into. Like when I was on the scooter, there was bits and pieces of the scooter that was still showing up on my screen in first-person mode, and it wasn't the full scooter. It was just bits and pieces of it. So it looked funny. The biggest problem is that the tutorial is so engaging. You have voice acting. You have lots of things going on. It feels like a good game. And then you go out to the main game, and it's like, you're on your own, bitch.
yeah. Like,
you're on your own.
They got the voice acting in the tutorial. Then it's, you got to read all this now from here on out. As soon as you get in the main game.
To be fair, I mean, you got MMOs like World of Warcraft that doesn't have full-fledged voice acting for all of their quests. Yeah. But, it's still, to a certain extent, you expect that a little bit.
Yeah.
And, Fallen Earth just didn't seem very polished for me. My one point, though, that I always bring up with this is that I really think that if I played this on my own and actually legitimately gave it some time, I probably would enjoy it. Because it's really hard to find a good MMO that has like a first-person shooter type of feel to it. And it kind of had it.
Yeah.
It was very convoluted with its controls, but it kind of had it. And I think that if I honestly just gave it the time that it needed, might have been a little better.
So that's kind of where my next topic, I guess, falls into place here. Is I did give it a little time. I went in and played about a half hour after, then following day. And I started a new character because I said, well, I'm not going to understand anything if I don't start from the beginning again.
Yeah.
So I started a different character and kind of went through it. And I'm not a huge MMO guy, so for me it's tough from that aspect as it is.
Yeah.
But I was enjoying it. It's definitely a game you got to take your time with and really get involved with, though. And I don't have that time, or it wasn't a game that was saying, yeah, come play me. So I'm not sure. For me, it's a game I probably won't go back to.
I hear you. Yeah, I think there's just too many good games right now to go back to Fallen Earth.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I'm at right now. The live chat said, Andy says, I tried launching the game, and it looked like I was walking around in a dense fog for about 3 minutes, so I uninstalled it. Congrats for actually going through the installation process, because that was a bit of a pain. It took incredibly long, and even after it was installed, it had to do this file check system. There was updates. Yeah. It took incredibly long, and I thank God Randart kind of clued in on that, because when I did the original video, I warned people, it's like, you probably should do that ahead of time. Don't do that while we're about to do the stream. So
we would have been about half hour into into it, and they would have just started to get there where we were. Yeah.
it was a painful game in those cases. And like I said, I think it probably would have been okay if I gave it a fair shot beforehand.
Yep.
And it did not work for our crowd, and that's a shame. It's kind of the risk we take when we do these invasions on on a game that we're very unfamiliar with. It's unfamiliar territory, uncharted territory, I should say. And we're going in there with minimal to high expectations, hoping to God that at some point it's going to be an entertaining event for all of us. I mean, we had Team Fortress 2 weeks ago, and I kind of went into that with the kind of thought that people are probably a little sick of Team Fortress 2. No, it was our most active invasion. We had a buckload of people there that was ready to kill, so it was awesome. So we kind of went from that high to Fallen Earth, and it just the transition, it did not work out well.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But it is a free-to-play game, and honestly, if you guys are into those type of games, give it a shot. I think that honestly, if you pace yourself and you don't mind pacing yourself, you'll actually enjoy it. So, one of the things that I do want to discuss with this, though, I personally didn't see at any point where it was kind of nickeling and diming you. As a free-to-play game, did you feel like it was actually trying to get you to purchase anything?
Not that I could tell. No, nothing really stood out that said, buy me this, buy me that, you need to buy this. Again, I didn't get... for that kind of discussion, I didn't get far enough in it, I don't believe, to, say... But it wasn't like trying to get me to buy stuff instantly.
Yeah. Unlike frickin' Realm of the Mad God, where as soon as you go to the lobby, it's just like 50% off. Buy this with gold.
Yeah.
Dude, buy this with gold. What's that? You can't earn gold without actually purchasing it. Crap. Yeah. I definitely didn't have any situations where it's like, oh, you want to ride this horse? That's $5.
Yeah.
It's $5, and you can ride this horse. So it definitely didn't nickel and dime you, and I appreciate that. But also, to be fair, we really didn't get anywhere close to endgame content. So it's possible that later on it becomes
start.
We were still in the starter town of Mombosa or whatever the heck it's called, Mumford, I think it was, and we did not go far.
What?
B Bruins 99 says my underwear is sweaty. Okay. Not sure if that relates to the game, but sure, why not?
B Bruins, where are you from?
I don't even know. I love the fact that he goes, I was about to fall asleep, and then the steamer went live. So glad to have you in chat, though, bud. I'm glad you're here. Zinerock had to leave, unfortunately. I think might have been his bedtime. So, so our next LNS Invades will be Wednesday again this week. Probably be at about, 9 p.m. Central, 10 Eastern? I think was that what we decided?
I guess, yeah.
Okay. Well, time is tentative, but the game that we decided that we're going to check out this week is APB Reloaded. So that one, I believe, what is that, a first-person or third-person shooter?
Can't remember.
You picked it.
I know, I can't.
Dude, you picked
I can't
it.
remember though.
Oh my god.
God.
Linux is a fail host. All right.
I should have wrote that in there. All I did was write the title. That's all I did.
Good job. Well, APB Reloaded is free to play, so get it installed. I'll probably put up another prepared video so you can see what like character creations or anything like that is like. And definitely get it installed before the event. I cannot stress this any further because if you don't, it's probably going to take you forever to download it, and by the time you're ready to go, we're leaving. So make sure you handle that. Before we completely change the topic, though, DJ actually wrote in some stuff for Fallen Earth. He said, I had an amusing time with you guys, but I totally agree that perhaps to get into the game solo would be a good way to start. Randart plus no shirt plus horse equals pink elephant in the room.
I may add, that's coming from a guy that took 15 minutes tops. In 15 minutes, he was gone for at least 5 of it. So,
yeah, he was AFK for a while. And while he was AFK, people were molesting his tune, so...
No, there's plenty of proof of that, actually. Yeah, never mind.
Oh, yeah. All right, so we're going to go on to New School, Old School. This is where we talk about games that we enjoyed that might be a little old, and games that we have enjoyed that are pretty new. Linux, why don't you go ahead and start us off?
I just picked it up a while ago. Hacker Evolution Duality looks interesting. I'm gonna give it a shot. That's
nice.
And actually, this upcoming week, I may take some time and go way back, and play some original Fallout.
Oh wow! Again, that's a point-and-click adventure. Go figure.
Yeah.
Again, Fallout was one of those games though that I can actually tolerate it with. It had enough excitement to it where it's like, okay, I can deal with this.
Yeah.
All right. I personally picked actually Bang Bang Racing as my new school game. I think it's really cool.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, it's nice to see a racing game where it's not all about, Vin Diesel. You want to race? Oh yeah. It's a little cooler than that. You have the kind of cartoony atmosphere to it, and it's a lot of fun. So, my old school game. I'm not really sure if you can count this old school, but it's old in my library anyway, and that's Terraria. Or Terraria. Terraria. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. I picked Terraria as my old school game because I was playing that quite a bit this week. And I was actually getting into it a lot more than I have prior.
And that's an interesting topic. I don't know if anybody, there's some people that follow our Twitter anyways, actually put a Twitter out there, seeing if anybody was interested in doing some kind of server with that. I put out the question on the forums if people would be interested in a Terraria server, and if people would be interested in joining it. So if you got any comments you want to make on that, you can either do it in the live stream or let us know on the forums too. I would definitely be more than happy to open up a Terraria server for us to enjoy, and especially because it's a lot of fun. Never played it.
It also seems a little more simpler to maintain than Minecraft. Minecraft, there's just so much Minecraft freaking work you have to do with a server, and Terraria is just kind of like, all right, maps generated, have fun. So
that's it, huh?
Yeah,
yeah. Minecraft's a lot of work, a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We're both admins for servers, so yeah, definitely. Let's see. Arnagra, I think that's how you pronounce your name. I'm sorry if I messed up. He says, I love the original Fallout series. If you guys are playing any games right now is the perfect time to let us know in chat. We'll go ahead and discuss it a little bit. So there's some confirmation for you there, Linux. The Fallout is very good. I really got into it at Fallout 3, though. Fallout 3 is where I was like, yes, this is great.
That's about where I got into it, too.
Yeah.
But I don't... I know I've played Fallout 2. I don't think I've ever played the first Fallout, so it'll be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. B. Bruin says the stream is behind since I'm on an iPod. I think the actual stream itself has about a 2-minute delay, so it's not that bad. I think it is just a minute. But there is a delay on it, so don't worry. You're not on your own. That's the magic of Twitch. Can't help it. All right. DJ wrote down that his new school game is actually Lord of the Rings Online. That's kind of shocking. Super Brothers Swords and Sorcery, and unfortunately, Jolly Rover. I found it interesting he picked Jolly Rover because he put up a 15-minute steamer of him playing the game, and you could totally tell that he was just like, this fucking sucks. He was not enjoying it, so I don't know why he picked it as a game that he, maybe he's doing it as a sarcastic, cynical kind of thing.
It's interesting that he picks Lord of the Rings. My guess is we're going to have to do an invade on that one at one point.
I mean, we might have to. But I think what we should do, if we're going to do that, we should get some high-level characters, or at least get some decent-level characters, so that if we get anybody in the invasion, we can actually kind of give them a little bonus and start them out a little bit. Like, here's some gear,
Yeah.
That way we could just plow through some of the stuff and make it more fast-paced.
Yep.
So.
Makes sense.
Yeah. All right, let's see if there's anything else. Bruin says Team Fortress 2 is what he's been playing. That's a great pick. Team Fortress 2 is just one of those games you can't get sick of. No matter how repetitive the gameplay is, it's pretty fun. So.
It's always there, and it's an always go-to if you don't know what you want to play. TF2.
Yeah, and that's another thing I want to discuss. I mean, since we're talking about trying to make Late Night Steamer more of a clan, would anybody really be interested in making a Team Fortress 2 server? Or would they be interested in us making a Team Fortress 2 server? Because I used to own one a while ago.
Yeah.
And it's pretty easy to maintain. You got to just put some maps on there, whether they be custom or not. And they're a lot of fun to maintain because they don't take much effort at all, like Minecraft does.
Yeah, I played it a little bit when it first became free to play.
Mm-hmm.
Dwindled off a bit here, but I definitely would like to get back into that.
Gotcha. Let's see. Andy says Zuma's Revenge. Oh man, I haven't played Zuma in forever. I love that game. I got to a point where I beat the hell out of it, and I couldn't play it anymore. It's really frustrating in the later levels. It's just like they freaking up the difficulty hardcore on you when it gets to that point. Like the balls start moving faster. Andy says it would be kind of hard to do a late night steamer invasion on that. I shot a ball. B2. Yeah, we want to try and pick multiplayer games for the invasion, so that way and we can all play.
Yeah,
we've been doing free to play games because we want to try and appeal to people's budget. But I think at some point we really should actually pick a game that maybe is cheap and try to do something like that.
Yeah,
but it's so hard. Let's see. Anargra says Team Fortress 2 server would be awesome, but I would lag on it, and I believe that's because he's in Australia. So, I could be wrong, and if I am, please correct me. But, yeah, I can imagine that would be a little bit of a laggy situation.
B. Bruin 99 says, could I join if I have a Mac?
Yes.
I'm believing he's talking about TF2, and I'm pretty sure you can.
Yeah, the server should be Mac. I mean, most servers are hosted by Linux.
Yep.
To make it compatible for both PC and Mac anyway. So, I mean, it's very rare to actually have a game that would not have that cross-platform. So, and Norgor says, yes, he is Australian. So, Andy says World of Tanks might be fun, just throwing that out there on the list. Is World of Tanks on Steam? I don't think that is. It's a fun game. I would definitely... I know they talk about it on the Rarcast, because Half Rot loves that game. And World of Tanks is fun, but I don't think that's on Steam.
It is not.
Yeah, we technically can't do that, but maybe we could set up a unofficial event for that because I'd love to play that. It's a very easy game to just jump into.
Yeah.
You just go in there, you customize your tank, and you shoot shit. It's that simple. So maybe we could host an unofficial invasion for that. I think that'll be fun. All right, so we're going to go ahead and move on to the next segment. Linux, why don't you go ahead and take us away, buddy?
The Shady Girl of the Week is... www.gamersfirst.com/Fallen Earth is the link I used. And it actually became a pretty good one. I did this right after we played it, and I thought this was fitting after that. 5z8.info/animated GIFs of train accidents. Oh, that's a train wreck. M7F8PL. Gruesome gunshot wounds. And I thought that was fitting after what I did to DJ's
character. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty funny. I'm going to post this in chat so you guys can see it. It did seem like a train wreck with some gruesome gunshot wounds. That's pretty applicable. I think the invasion, though, itself is kind of a train wreck. I don't think the game is that bad. I think it just... Randark running around naked really didn't help.
No.
That was pretty much it right there.
And DJ with this manly voice with these huge tits. I was like, what is going on?
Oh my god. Yeah, he did have some gunga mungas. I mean, those things look like watermelons. And I'm just thinking in my head, I should not be attracted to a dude with that voice. What the hell is going on there? That's just wrong.
And it looks like it looks like she bench lifts a guy every day.
Yeah, no kidding. She has some guns, dude. All right, so we're going to move on to the Steam discussion. And we have a very interesting one here. It says, figure out the number of games you own. Figure out the number of the games you own, the number of games you have installed, and the number of games you've never played. Discuss those statistics and why. And it's pretty... Linux, I actually want you to start on this.
It's pretty interesting. We have a wide range here.
Oh, yeah.
So, I have approximately 25. Technically, it's only 24 Steam games. Or, Well, that's what I have currently. I have like 4 indie bundle packs that I got to add to it, so it's probably more. But one's Minecraft, so that's not technically a Steam game. Value, I put value worthless because I actually looked it up, and it's at a 24 games. I think the value was like 198. So a lot of it's older, a lot of it's indie games that I have.
Yeah. Well, a large portion of my library is indie games or DLC. Really, I mean, unfortunately, for some reason, Steam counts some of the DLC as games, depending on where you look at. But yeah, I'm going to read off. I want to make mine last only because of the fact that I got some pretty funny numbers for you. So I'm going to read off DJ. He actually wrote in the doc for this. He says he owns 154 games on PC. 154 games. On PC, he has 97 installed, including several whales like The Elder Scrolls 3 through 5, Lord of the Rings Online, Train Simulator 2012, and Batman. On Mac, I typically install everything since there is far less Mac-compatible games, damn it. Also on Mac, a majority of them are indie games, though small, pause for crying. And I'm planning on playing Assassin's Creed 2 and Portal 2 on Mac. As far as the number not played, I would have to estimate that 75% of my library is unplayed. I get the good deals, but then fail to have time to play them. Of the 25% I have played, they are less than 30 minutes.
I gotta say, that's about the same scheme for me.
Yeah. A number of them beaten on PC and Mac, 0. Comparison, I beat Minecraft. How do you beat Minecraft? We're going to ignore that one.
He did that Let's Play series where he just basically started a new map and went through and beat the Ender Dragon. But for what he did it in 6 hours. I think that may have been a little long. I think you could have got it down a little more, but hey, whatever.
Yeah, what are you going to do? He says, also note, I have beaten several big titles like BioShock, Oblivion, and GTA 4 series on PS3, so not as concerned about finishing those. My big goal is to beat Dangerous High School Girls in Trouble and Snuggle Truck. Wow. All right.
We see where DJ fits.
Yeah. All right. So I guess I should talk about my library. And, all right, first off, before I discuss mine, keep in mind, I actually do not have enough disk space to install my entire library. I have a 1 terabyte hard drive, and that's not enough disk space to install every single game.
That's it? Just 1 terabyte?
1 terabyte, just one.
I got 4.
I know it's not a lot. Oh, shut up. Fuck you. Before I go on, I want to read this off real quick. Andy says, how to beat Minecraft. Tunnel through the other side of the world. I like that. There's no China in Minecraft, though, Andy. I'm sorry. I hate to break it to you. Or Australia. There's no America. We're a fiction. We're a lie. Anywho. So, for me, I have a whopping 273 games. That's not including DLC, by the way. I have 193 installed. My recently played, 38.
Wow.
38 games. I don't even think that's 75% at that point. That's about maybe
interesting numbers,
14, 15%. I think over time I've played a lot more than that, though, because the recently played only goes off, I think, the past 6 months.
Yep.
I've played a lot more games than that, though. I would have to say that I've played about at least 50% of my library.
Yeah.
Give or take, I had to uninstall, reinstall kind of stuff because I got to switch out my games thanks to hard drive space. But yeah, I do have a pretty large set of games that I haven't even touched that I need to at some point.
It does. It does make you look at that and be like kind of disgusted about it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like, God damn it! I feel like that chick that goes to the mall and buys from like one from every store and like, oh, I want this, brings it home and it never leaves the bag.
But
just never leaves the bag.
That's kind of with all these deals that Valve does. That's kind of their idea. Yeah. They don't care if you play them.
Well, no, I mean they're not going to. They ultimately want the money. But the thing that's interesting about this though is that like, I'm getting to a point where a lot of the daily deals and a lot of these sales that are going on, I either have the game or I don't need them or I don't want them.
Yeah, you picked up quite a few of them during the Christmas all that time specials, holiday specials.
Yeah, the holiday sale I went nuts. And then like over time there's just been some great deals, but like I'm getting to a point now where it's very rare for me to see like a daily deal or a midweek madness where I was go, "Ooh, buy now." Yeah. It doesn't happen anymore. So I guess like it's not a bad time for me to start actually opening up these games and go, okay, I'm going to go ahead and give these a shot. So I got a lot of 15-minute steamer material.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing with the Humble Indie Bundle also. We're starting to see a lot of the same games rolled into different packages now, with one or two new titles. So it's going to be interesting, I think, to see how these kind of things iron out. Because you're right. I mean, there's only so many people that are going to buy the daily deal when you start rotating the same stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what they kind of do to iron that out to help a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I think when they start seeing some more games kind of surface in, I think it'll be a little easier for me personally.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you actually look at all the games available on Steam, though, I mean they have just a massive library. So you really do kind of bring up a good point. It's like you got to figure the daily deals haven't really been rotated too well.
No.
I mean, they probably could pick some other games up. Well, we're starting to see that with Chaser.
Yeah.
Chaser was the daily deal yesterday. And that was a game I never even heard of. And apparently it was released in 2003. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll go ahead and check this out. So
the other thing is, they try to keep the daily deal seems to be around under a same price point. Just let loose and offer deals on bigger titles. You don't necessarily have to offer that bigger title at 75% off, but offer a deal on it. Something like that.
Gotcha. From chat, Andy says, mine is 90% stuff from bundles, 20% from the orange box way back when, because he gives 110%. I think there was a little wrong with your math there, but that's cool. I mean, I got to admit that a large portion of my library came from either Humble Bundles or basically bundled deals from Steam. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much what has contributed a lot to the games that I haven't played yet, because I would see that one or two games that I really want, and it's only like $1 or $2 more to get the bundle. I'm like, well, shit, I'll just get the bundle. It's a little extra, and I get a lot more, so fine, fuck it.
It'll be interesting to see what mine looks like after I add the 3 or 4 bundles I have that are just sitting there with codes waiting.
Nice. Yeah. Anargra says, I have about 40 Steam games, 33 installed, 25% not played, 20% not installed, all worth about 350 Australian dollars. So, or is that Australian or US dollars, Anargra? You let us know that while we go ahead and continue discussing that. So that's actually not bad.
Andy
numbers.
says at least all his are played.
Oh, okay. Cool.
I wish I had the
so
time. So
Andy's got one on it. Dude, I'll be more than happy if you want to try and play every single game on my library. I'll be more than happy to share. If you could play all those games and still have time for a life, I'll be proud of you. I'll be real proud of you. But yeah, I kind of discussed this, I think, last week when I discovered the value of my library. It was over $3,000.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was just like, wow.
They're going to start putting your account in like the high value risk.
There's going to be a point where Valve is like, dude, listen, dude, just stop.
Yeah.
Stop. We love your money, trust me, we do. But
we're losing more than we're gaining on you at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. Anarga says it really doesn't matter at the moment because our dollars are almost at par. Okay. I thought Australian dollars was worth more, actually, but the American dollar bounces around so much in currency exchanges that it's so hard to keep track. So, all right, well, that's cool. So, $350. Is that more than what your value was, Linux?
No.
How much? What was the value of yours again?
I think mine was like $205 or $210.
Cheap ass.
I know. Like I said, it's a lot of indie titles that are the cheap indie titles, not, you know.
Well, to be fair, I think that really contributes a lot to my library as well, because a lot of the games that I bought, I've either bought on sale or I got through bundles. So even though it says that the value of my account is $3,000, I severely doubt that I've even paid a third of that. So,
yeah.
What are you going to do? All right, so we're going to go ahead and let you guys know what the topic for next week is. Next week, we're going to discuss single-player, co-op, multiplayer, or MMO. Which type of gameplay do you prefer, and which games best represent that style of gameplay? If you can't join our live chat next week, be sure to let us know on the forums what you guys are playing and what you guys prefer, and we can go ahead and read off some of the topics from the forums. And definitely let us know on our forums as far as what you guys want to do for LNS invasions. We're always willing to listen to suggestions. We're also kind of looking for more user-based reviews on the forums. If you guys post reviews on there and we really like them, we'll go ahead and we'll read them on the show. So definitely do so with that. We really want to hear what your opinions on our on games are, and we'd love it. We want to give a shout-out over to Andy at Geek Culture Happy Hour. Thanks for joining, man. Geek Culture Happy Hour is a fantastic podcast that streams live on Twitch as well. They stream live on Monday and sometimes Tuesday. I don't know I don't know why they do it. They're doing their thing, man. But they're a fantastic podcast. We love them to death, and we strongly suggest you check them out.
Yeah, I just started catching up on their episodes. Pretty good.
Yeah. Good. They're starting season 2 very soon, because I think they went ahead and they got over that 25 episode hump. So
I think I'm at episode 15 in like 6 days, so I'm I'm just like doing a marathon.
Nice. Kind of like what DJ did with Limp.
Yeah.
So, nice, sweet deal. All right, but yeah, definitely let us know what you guys are playing, and we'll go ahead and get the fizz out of here. Yeah. Silence. By the way,
see you guys next week.
I was going to say this is where you say goodbye.
Okay. I think I can
Take
do
care,
that.
guys. Have a good one.